On the Line is still a huge major guilty pleasure for
I'm
me.
sorry.
I love it. A friend of mine and I watch it all the time. So just wanted to know if there's any like big memories you have of that, anything like favorite time from filming that.
Oh, it was a blast. I think
Chicago.
it was one of our first kind of major movies that me and Lance did. The weird thing about it is, if I'm not mistaken, I believe I shot my Big Fat Greek Wedding first, and then On the Line. But I think On the Line came out before Big Fat Greek Wedding did, which is weird. I think it was like on the shelf for almost 2 years. But for On the Line, it was awesome because it was like one of those carefree moments where I was just kind of acting like myself and goofiness, and it was just kind of me. And then it was cool. It was like, oh, Richie Sambor's in the film. That's awesome. From Bon Jovi, that's great, you know. And then it's really interesting because Emmanuel Shrieky was one of the first times she's ever done kind of like a bigger film before. She started her career kind of moving up, did Entourage and all this other stuff. But it was a great experience. The funny experience was when basically I had my facial hair and everything else. They're like, we want to change your look a little bit. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, we'll shave your face. Okay, we'll shave my face. Then they're like, we have a salon. We want you to they're gonna do stuff to your hair. And they never told me what I was gonna do. So my hair looked like a calico cat. It had like 80 million different colors in it. And then right after we shot the film, we shot the Celebrity album cover. So I had my hair like that, and I had less facial hair. So I was like, all right, this is interesting. But you roll with the punches and have fun with it, you know. That's it.
Was there ever any like mishaps that you had on a concert on stage and some
Many
funny stories?
Wardrobe malfunctions many times. One I was on Broadway, did rent, and I split my pants literally from the front all the way to the back. So then when I'm doing the show, and before I got off stage, I was just standing like this the whole time, doing the scenes, and I'm like, okay, this is really good. Don't turn around. Yeah, literally, thank goodness that I had dark underwear on those guys. But then we were doing a tour, and I was singing the only solo I had, the song Celebration. So there's these ramps that came down to a slant to the front of the stage. It was wet. So literally the first word out of my mouth, there's a party, pop! Bam, right on my back. I'm looking up at the ceiling, and everybody's watching, I just went, there's a party going on. There's a bubble floor. Keep on going. Back up and just go downstairs. It happens. One time during sailing of one of the Space Cowboy. In Space Cowboy, we had this thing in the stadium where we would it's like almost like a pulley system where we would bring us all the way down to another stage. It was way up at the top. Of course, the only one that breaks is mine. We're all going, and all of a sudden it goes shh, and it stops. Everybody else is going for the number, and there's a whole bunch of dancing and stuff going on. And now I'm in the air in this harness, looking down, and I don't know what's going on. I see tech guys running, and I'm going, is this thing gonna snap and I'm just gonna fall right on people? News was made today when Joey Fatone killed 5 people in the audience. But I was sitting there going, what is going on? And then all of a sudden I'm holding, all of a sudden I feel them jerking, and it just starts to slowly go. As the show is still going on, performance, the guys are dancing around, I'm just waving like an idiot. Apparently with the computer thing, it reset itself, so it reset it like if it was in the beginning of it, or I'm sorry, at the end, so it wouldn't go anywhere. So the guys were manually pulling it to slowly bring me all the way down. It was hilarious. It was like the whole number, like the whole dance number and everything. It was just like, keep singing, guys. Stupid. But it happens. Hey, happens, you gotta roll with it, you know?
Amazing.
Okay. How you doing, Joey?
Fantastic.
Hey, you and the fellas, and back in the day, ever get together, presently?
Yeah, we still hang out every once in a while. Not completely, we haven't hung out completely as a group, but there's been many times I've hung out with Justin, I've hung out with Lance. Me, Chris, and Lance were just at a wedding just recently. We all are on a text message and an email because we still do merchandise stuff, so we have to agree on everything. So we're constantly talking about like that stuff as well. But it's been interesting because everybody's been having families. I'm on the cusp of like, thank goodness, I got a 21-year-old and a 12-year-old. My 12-year-old, I'm like, get out the door, you guys come on. But like, Chris is just starting his family, Lance is just starting his family, Justin has his family, JC just likes to chill. No kids yet for him, but who knows? But yeah, it's been interesting how they're now, you know, they're being parents. So now it's kind of a different chapter for them. And that's why people are like, when are you guys gonna get together? Well, who knows, but let's find out what they're doing with their family first until they, you know, as they get older and caring and start to go to school, it gets a little bit easier, obviously, but when you're, 24/7 with a child, it's a little different. So yeah, we do some stuff.
I loved your Dancing with the Stars.
Thank you very much, I appreciate
the
it.
sign and the picture.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate that though.
Hello.
Hello.
My question for you is, well, I want to say you're a really good host for the Common Knowledge
Thank you.
show, and I want to ask, what gave the creation of Common Knowledge?
Well, Game Show Network always had just repeat game shows. All they did was just buy them from another network and just play it on their show on the network. But they wanted to have original content. So I think the first one they did was America Says, which was John Michael Higgins, and then they did Common Knowledge. I'm not sure exactly how the game actually came about. I can't remember who pitched it per se, but they had a few people in mind to host it. And we kept saying, I switched over agencies right at that time, and we kept telling them, get me in the room, we'll get the job. Don't worry about it, we'll have fun. I love the concept, I love the idea. Let's talk to them, we'll figure it out. I was on an airport connecting flights in between having a conversation with these people. And just, they just wanted any personality, they wanted everything else. So we're having this conversation, blah, 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 this and that. And literally, like 2 days later, like, hey, we'd love for you to be the host, we'll start rehearsals this. And it was like, okay. And then we got to the rehearsal where it's literally just 2 tables, and we kind of break it down. We do the run through and see kind of how well I interact with the people. How well am I, because, sometimes it's not all just about hosting the information, it's really getting the contestants to relax, getting the contestants to feel comfortable, because a lot of times it is nerve-wracking when you are on a show and the lights are there, cameras are there, and these are just regular people that want to be contestants. And it's one of those things where you get people that are excited they're going, or they're nothing. They just give you dead, and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to do something. So for me, I guess, from the hosting stuff, I know, trust me, when I first did hosting, it was horrible. Couldn't read a prompter. It was awful. But practice makes perfect, so.